I was a skinny guy and this is my transformation, and I'm gonna go over why you're not gaining weight, the real reasons why you're not gaining weight inside of this video. And my premium program is in the description if you want to learn more from me and you want to get access to my brain. I've put the link there if you want to join. I guarantee you will gain at least 10 pounds. So let's do this. The number one reason, right? You are simply not eating enough calories. That's it. We can end the video here, right? This is the number one reason why you're not eating enough, why you're not gaining weight, because you are not eating enough calories. Now, it's not because you don't do the special exercises or because you're not buying and drinking some mass gainer shake from whatever brand that it's advertised on Instagram or YouTube or by other fitness influencers. It's not about that. It's about you not eating enough calories. That's the number one reason. And I'm sure you've been told this before, but I don't care. This is the number one reason. And I know that you are still watching these videos and don't take action. Why? Because no one gives you a step-by-step actionable plan that you could literally follow and start today. And that's what I'm about to do inside of this video. So there are three parts fixing this: training, eating, and resting, right? And I will explain inside of this video. I'm going to explain eating and also the basics of training. So I know you've heard this before about calorie surplus, and if not, I'm just going to explain to you very quickly. So let's say here it's your maintenance. So maintenance means a number of calories that you eat and then your body doesn't have any energy left, any calories left in order to gain weight or lose weight or anything else. It's just gonna maintain here, right? If you eat this number, you're gonna maintain here. Now, what happens if you eat more calories? Let's say it's 2,000 calories, right? So 2,000 calories to maintain. If you eat more than that, even if it's 50 calories or 100 calories, let's say you eat 300 more or 500 more. Let's say you eat now 2,500. So then your body doesn't have where to go, but just up. Your body weight is going to go up to maintain eating 2,500 calories, right? So that's a surplus. Here, from here to here is going to be a surplus. That's it. Now, you don't see results, like I said, because no one is giving you an actionable plan. So let's start from scratch. Step number one is going to be that we will start with maintenance and how to find it. And we're going to start from here, like I said. We find the maintenance and then we create the surplus. So the maintenance, to find your maintenance, the easiest way to do it is you take your body weight in pounds and you're going to multiply it by 15. It's not 100% accurate, but it's a good starting point. All we can do is to take a good guess, a very good guess. All of the calorie calculators online, they're taking a very good guess. It's not nothing. It's 100% accurate in terms of finding how many calories you need. So you take your body weight in pounds multiplied by 15. Pause the video, do that, and then come back. All right. Step number 2, pick 3 of your favorite foods that you really, really like, and you can eat them every single day. You can also pick more, but to make it very easy, just pick 3. And then make them to get your maintenance. So to calculate them, so to have enough calories to have your maintenance. So let's say after you take your body weight in pounds, multiplied by 15, let's say it's going to be 2,500 calories. So that's your maintenance. Then step 2, pick the 3 meals and calculate them. So each meal is about 800 calories, because when you're going to eat these 3 meals, it's going to be about 2,500 calories. That's it. So when you eat these 3 meals in a day, you're going to get your maintenance. That's the reason there. Step 3 is going to be to make the surplus, starting with adding 300 calories. So we're going to do that. So let's say if our maintenance is 2,500, we're going to start eating now 2,800, right? So we're going to start eating that number. Then make the surplus. We're going to achieve the surplus by adding some high calorie snacks. Things like nuts, snack on nuts, bananas. One banana is about 100 calories. Things like any nut butter, any shakes, that you can make yourself and any kind of combination that you can do, right? So we're gonna do that. That's basically it. Then I would also say to schedule your meals fitting your day-to-day schedule, right? So if, for example, you think that, okay, I'm a person that cannot eat a lot in the morning when I wake up, well, I'm not going to put a meal there because I'm not going to be able to consistently eat that meal. I'm just going to put a quick snack that I can take. So I'm going to have a snack when I wake up, and then I'm going to start eating the meals a few hours later when I'm hungry. Now, this is all you need to do, right? This is everything you need to do. But if you do not track your progress, all of that we talked about so far is useless because we don't know if it works or not. So here's how we can track our progress. Not how, but how to track our progress. So I'm going to teach you the method right here. All you need to do is to track the weight every single morning. So make it a habit. When you wake up, you use the bathroom, and then you go straight onto the scale. You don't drink anything, you don't eat anything. Straight onto the scale. You write down the number, and you do this every single day. At the end of the week, you're going to have 7 numbers. It's not going to be in order, it's not going to be anything like that. But you do not look at day-to-day changes. You take those 7 numbers at the end of the week, you put them in numerical order, and then you're going to cut the first 3 and the last 3. And then you're going to get one number in the middle. That's going to be the median number. That's going to be the most accurate number that represents your weight, your real weight. So you're going to continue to do that week by week by week by week. And you're going to only compare median number from one week to median number from the other week. That's what we're looking at. So how much should you gain? The healthy pace, I would say, is going to be about half a pound from week to week. So you just need to look at gaining half a pound from this week to this week. Just median numbers, I'm sure you're gonna be able to do that. Now, let's go over the basics of training, right? Because now we eat in a surplus, but all we need to do in order to stimulate the muscle, we need to stimulate the muscle now, because if we just eat in a surplus without training, we're not gonna grow muscles, but we're just gonna gain fat. And we don't want that. So what we're gonna do here in terms of training is if let's say we can simplify it a lot, we can simplify the training a lot, and it all comes down to 3 things, right? The most important things. Because what we need to ask the question what we are looking for with the training. Besides, let's say it feels good afterwards, or it's a habit, or you have some friends and you go to the gym and you train together. Besides all of that, what is the number one reason why we're training? Because we want to stimulate the muscles to grow. Now, if that's the number one reason why we're training, to stimulate, then we need to know what we need to do in order to deliver a very good stimulus. So here are the 3 things that you need to do in order to make sure you deliver a good stimulus for your muscles to grow. Number 1 is going to be the technique. When you don't have a good technique, you don't feel the muscle working. Imagine if I tell you to train, a lot of people have problems with feeling the lateral shoulder, the lateral deltoid when doing lateral raises, right? So if your technique is off, you won't feel your lateral part of the delts, the lateral delt working, right? If you don't feel it working, then your technique is off. So then you're not building muscle. That muscle is not going to grow because it's not working, right? So a good technique is going to allow you to hit the muscle that you want to train. So how we can achieve this? Well, first of all, you want to train slow. You don't want to swing the weight. You don't want to do anything of that. You want to train slow in order to really use the muscle that you are training. Then make the form strict, right? Search the good technique, the good form, and then make it strict. Do not break it. In the beginning, you want a strict form. When you get more advanced, you can break the form a bit to train harder, past failure and all that stuff. But in the beginning, just train strict. And also do a deep stretch when you do the eccentric. So the eccentric is when the muscle is lengthening, is stretching. So you want to do, when you do that phase, you do it slow, because you're going to create small micro tears, a lot of them, and that is going to come back and it's going to repair, and the muscle is going to grow bigger. So that's what you want to do in terms of good technique. Then, of course, progression. So we can add more reps, we can do more weights, or we can improve the technique. Because the most common ways to do progressive overload is going to be to add more reps, more weights. But everyone knows that with enough experience that you're going to hit a period when you cannot add reps and you cannot add weights. So what you need to do is to improve your technique, to still do some kind of progression, but what we can do there is to improve the technique. So I would say add 1 to 2 reps from week to week, add 1 kilogram to 2 kilograms from week to week, or when you cannot do that, just improve your technique. Again, slower, more strict, and deeper stretch. Then stick to the program. That's the last thing that you need to do. You need to stick to the program, because consistency will get you where you want to go. If I give you the perfect program right now, the perfect nutrition plan, the perfect recovery plan, and you follow that for 2 weeks and then you stop, you're not going to grow any kind of muscle. You're not going to achieve your goal, because you're simply not consistent with it. So I can give you the most effective plan right now. If you're not following it, right? If you're not consistent with it, you're not going to see results. It's common sense. So that being said, consider joining my program, because in there I just give you the best tips that I have, and you basically get access to my brain, just like I said before in the beginning of the video. I've put in there the best tips that I have and all the knowledge that I have inside of the program. And it's not only a program, right? It's not the usual program where you get access to some kind of information and then you're by your own. We're just a group of friends that we talk, and in the same time we improve. We gain weight, we gain muscle, we improve ourselves, right? So it's the first link in the description. If you want to join, I've put a link there. You can see all of the information there.